have some turkey leftovers that nobody wants to eat anymore, I'll show you what to do with those in today's video. So we're going to be making turkey enchiladas. This is a family recipe that my mom started a long time ago when we were kids, and I've just carried on the tradition. So usually by day 2, my kids are sick and tired of eating that turkey, and I want to do something with it that doesn't require throwing it away. So we're going to make some turkey enchiladas, and I'm going to show you how. You're going to need about 4 to 5 cups of turkey meat. This is mainly breast meat. If it's dried out, it'll be okay. The enchilada sauce is going to give it back its moisture. So about 4 to 5 cups of that turkey meat, about 2 cups of enchilada sauce. This is my homemade enchilada sauce. I'll link that recipe below. Also about 20 shells, flour shells. That's give or take. It just depends on how much you stuff them. I don't stuff them a whole lot so that everybody has enough for our big family, but that's usually about how much I shoot for, is about 20 shells. I go ahead and put in a can of green chilies. This is optional. This is totally up to you. And then of course we're going to need some cheese. I am using Sharp and pepper jack. You can choose whatever kind of cheese that you want to do, but that's about 1 full block. If you add both of them together, it's a half of each one. This recipe is going to come together really easy, and I'm going to meet you over at the stove. All right, so while we're over here, we're going to go ahead and turn our oven to 375. And we're going to turn our pan here to about a medium heat. I'm going to take a little bit of olive oil and spray the bottom of my pan. And we're just going to dump all that turkey meat right into the pot, along with our green chilies. And I'm only going to use about half of my enchilada sauce. So maybe a cup, maybe a little bit less. I really want most of it reserved for a topping on top of my shells. All right, that's good. So that's about a half cup of enchilada sauce. And we are just going to mix it up. And we're only going to reheat this long enough to get some of that meat heated and the enchilada sauce spread throughout the mixture here. We're not going for a full-on cook because we're going to cook most of it in the oven. All right, so as you can see, it's starting to simmer. That's what we want. We just want it heated up just a little bit. All right, I'm gonna add in just a small handful, probably about a 1/4 cup of cheese. I don't want a whole lot, again, inside of my enchilada. We like to do it on the outside, but you're not gonna mess anything up if you add more. I just do it mainly to keep the mixture to stick to each other so that when I'm rolling it up, it's a little bit easier. All right, so that is enough. It's about a total of 5 minutes that I've been over here heating this up. It's just going to depend on your stove and your pan. But all of my cheese is melted and it's holding my mixture together, and my turkey is nice and warm. And so now we are ready to go put it in our shells. All right, now that we are done cooking our mixture on the stovetop, we're gonna go ahead and roll these up. Now, like I said, I've got a lot of mouths to feed, so I don't usually stuff my shells very thick. I kind of grab about a medium, maybe a 1/4 cup, and I just kind of spread it off to one side, a little lopsided, and then I use my stack here and I fold in my sides, roll up like this, and then stick it with the seam down. You're free to add more or use bigger shells or whatever is going to feed your family the way that you like it or they like it. It's all about family and what they want and what is going to impress them. But these are going to turn out great. If you've never had a turkey enchilada, you're in for a different treat. These taste really good. So I'm going to wrap all these up. All right, I'm gonna set that aside. I usually get about anywhere between 8 to 10 enchiladas per pan. This time I got 9. And I'm just gonna show you guys what else we do before we put this in the oven. I go ahead and take my enchilada sauce and I just kind of drizzle down the center. And then from there, I just kind of spread it out like this, making sure each enchilada has some on the top. You can add a little bit more if you want more sauce, less sauce. And then I take my cheese mixture, kind of mix it together, and then just kind of sprinkle so it looks pretty on the top, giving it some nice color and flavor. And then I do the exact same thing in my other casserole dish. And when you're all done, you're gonna put these in the oven at 375 for about 15 to 20 minutes. I have found that that is a great temperature to get your shells to kind of crisp up. If you don't like the crispy shells, then go ahead and do less time. If you want them extra crispy, go ahead and do more time. But I usually just stick my finger in and kind of poke at the corner that's not covered in the sauce. And usually that will tell me if it's the texture that I like or not, and it will turn out great. So let's stick these in the oven. All right, we are all done. That was quick, it was easy, and you didn't hardly have to do anything because the meat was already done for you, and you didn't have to throw anything away. I got about 15 enchiladas out of that mixture. I hope that you and your family are having a great, restful holidays, and I will see you in the next one.